Okay, so building this deck here. Now I'm really put to the question. I've got all these cards in here, which I'm definitely playing. Giant Growth, Drudge Beetle, Gatekeeper Vine, Stoneforge Crocodile, Fair, Towering Indrik, Long Legs. Let's do a converted mana cost. Yeah, so it's very heavily favoring 2-drops, which I don't feel like it's going to be a very fast deck anyway, so that's kind of weird. The question now really is whether I want Common Bond and Tristani's Judgment with no Guildgate to search for, which, is fine, I can just search for planes. And I guess potentially Selesnya Kirun also to facilitate these. Or whether I want Explosive Impact and Rakdos Rage Mutt with a gate to facilitate them. And I don't know. I'm at 18 right now. I'm probably playing a Crow's Monitor. I think that's pretty safe to say. Since I'm so low on 3-drops, I think Mind Rot is okay. There are times that I'm playing against a black deck and I'm afraid to have Mind Rot. It can be really good. And, also, am I playing Volatile Rig is another big question. I just have such a dislike for this card. It has just ruined me so many times on both ends. It's just, it feels really bad to just have it be dealt damage and not explode. But I feel like I'm gonna put it in. Just see how it goes. Rites of Reaping. So there's that card. I think it's called Consume Strength. It's in what? It's like Invasion, Planeshift, Apocalypse. I don't know what. I think it's in one of those. It's green-black, so it's probably in what, Apocalypse? Consume Strength. It gives one creature +3/+3 and another +2/+2, and the other one -2/-2, and it's an instant, and it costs 1, a black and a green. Admittedly, that card is insane, but this card costs 6, so it's double the mana for 1 more minus and plus, and it's not an instant. I feel like this card should have been an instant, and then it would have been really good. But they didn't make it an instant. For whatever, like, format balance reasons, or flavor reasons, or whatever. It's not an instant, and that makes me sad right now because I have it, so... So here we are. Tristani's Judgment. Good removal spell, right? Buff my guy's spell. With a little bit awkwardness of splashing. Versus good removal spell, dash burn spell. Guy who is okay but needs to be buffed to be good. In deck where I have 2 bad scavenge guys with Guildgate to make it slightly easier to splash. When I put it that way, it seems a lot like I want to have Common Bond and Tristani's Judgment in. But then I don't actually... I'm actually at 23 already without that. Without the key rune. And these Grizzly Salvages are kind of not that great since I don't have, don't have really any scavenge guys, which is kind of the point of Grizzly Salvage. Although, can admit it can fix you for land, it can get you the creatures you need. Terrace Worm is pretty big. I don't really know if I'm really feeling like I can be playing something like him. I have these 2 Corrose de Guild Mages, and I guess if I want to win, I should try to maximize these, because these are kind of some of my strongest cards. I don't feel like this deck does a particularly good job of maximizing them. They work really well with Perilous Shadow, because you can pump him and then sacrifice him. It's kind of mana intensive, but you can get a lot of tokens that way. When it dies, flip a coin. So, I mean, I could try to sacrifice it to, like, get some control over that, but again, that seems really bad. I just don't like this card. It just always screws me over. I might just try it and see what happens. Maybe I'm just bad at using it. It's kind of like maybe you have to play differently when you have it, as if you had like a Wrath of God or something. But there's just so many situations where it can be really bad. Like, I don't know, but it makes your opponent play weird too. So I'm just going to try that. And I'm probably going to look like an idiot because I'm going to make a bunch of weird decisions with Volatile Rig. Because it's weird to play with. So Tristanic Judgment is definitely better than Rites of Reaping. I don't have the key rune in currently. I guess I am playing the Golgari Charm main deck because maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I think maybe this should be a sideboard card. It's obviously great against enchantments, and it's very good against the Azorius deck because it they have a lot of very relevant enchantments, and also they have a lot of 1/1 guys that you can kill. So this would be really great sideboard for the Azorius deck. So is Airlock Perdition. Treasure Divine to get either or both of these back. Both of these are very good against the Azorius deck. I don't think Golgari Charm really kills a lot of things other than Azorius things. You can use it to kill Centaur's Heralds in the Selesnya deck. And there's some other effect it has too. Regenerate each creature you control? Oh yeah. Well, whatever, I'll try that then. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, I kind of want to put this key rune in. But again, I only have 3 things to accelerate into with it, so that is probably not really worth it. I really wish I had, like, I mean, I have this to make him bigger, but I wish I had more scavenge things. That would be really great. I want to play Rogue's Passage too, but the mana is not going to be that great if I'm splashing for these 2 things, which I think is correct to splash for these. Hard to say. But okay, so let's see what the suggestion is. 1/8/8. I don't. Okay, so I don't know how much store really should be put by the suggestions. It's just, you know, mechanically calculated by. Okay, sort piles by color. So I do have more green than black, definitely. No, not really, not at all. I have one more green source and one more green thing than black. I'd really like to play this Rogue's Passage, and I like second picked it too, so that's kind of was probably not right. But I would have just had a Stonefair Crocodile otherwise, which is also not a great second pick. I'm going to admit that right now. But and I kind of want to be playing Treasure Divine, but I don't really know exactly what I want to be getting back here. And I think Grizzly Salvage is kind of important for digging for planes and things. Maybe I'll take out a Grizzly Salvage for Treasured Find? I don't know, I'm going right down to the wire here on time. Grizzly Salvage is very important in this deck, generally. I think I'm going to get back Treasured, or not get back. I'll get back things with Treasured Find. So here we go. Wish me luck.